Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling smaller, not attacked, not insulted, just quietly diminished? It usually doesn't start with shouting, it starts with a question, a simple one. Oh, you got promoted. Was it because you knew someone? That dress is nice. Is it expensive? You're starting a business. Aren't you scared you'll fail? On the surface, they sound harmless, curious, even supportive. But something underneath feels sharp, like stepping on glass hidden in sand. You replay their tone later. The pause, the raised eyebrow, the slight smile that didn't reach their eyes. Why did that question feel heavier than it should have? Why did you suddenly feel the need to explain yourself? Sometimes, jealousy doesn't shout. It whispers. And it asks. Psychologists describe jealousy as a response to perceived threatophone to status, relationships, or self-worth. Research from the University of Amsterdam shows jealousy is closely tied to social comparison. When someone feels behind, they scan for ways to rebalance the emotional scale, and questions become tools. Was it luck? Subtly reframes your achievement as random. Are you sure that's a good idea? Plants doubt? Don't you think that's too much? Questions your right to enjoy success. How much did that cost? Shifts focus to material comparison. Who helped you? Implies you couldn't do it alone. Have you noticed how these questions rarely celebrate? They investigate. They probe. In everyday life, it looks small. A coworker tilting her head. A friend laughing too quickly. A relative asking follow-ups that feel less like curiosity and more like cross-examination. Jealousy often hides behind politeness because open hostility risks rejection. So it disguises itself as concern. But your body knows, your stomach tightens, your voice changes. Why? Because you sense the subtext. And recognizing that subtext is power. So what do you do when these questions appear? First, don't over-explain. Over-explaining is a reflex. It tries to win approval. But you don't need a courtroom defense for your life. Instead, respond calmly and briefly. If someone asks, was it luck? Smile. I worked really hard for it. If they say, aren't you afraid you'll fail? I'm excited to learn either way. Notice what happens. You neither attack nor shrink. You stay steady. Second, don't absorb what isn't yours. Their question reflects their insecurity, not your worth. According to social comparison theory by Leon Festinger, people evaluate themselves relative to others. When your progress highlights their stagnation, discomfort follows. But that discomfort belongs to them. Third, redirect when necessary. That's an interesting question. Why do you ask? Sometimes, gentle curiosity shifts the spotlight back. You remain polite, composed, unmoved. And most importantly, you protect your confidence without humiliating anyone. That is emotional intelligence in motion. Not every question is meant to wound, but not every question deserves your vulnerability either. Imagine your confidence as a candle. Some people warm their hands by it, others try to measure the flame. A few might even blow gently, just to see if it flickers. You don't need to guard it with walls, just with awareness. When you recognize the tone beneath the words, something shifts. You stop shrinking, you stop defending, you stop carrying emotions that were never yours to begin with. Jealousy thrives on reaction. It weakens in calm. So the next time a question feels heavier than it sounds, pause, breathe, answer lightly, or not at all, and walk away still standing tall. If this resonated with you, reflect quietly. Which question have you been over-answering?